Subtitles. You won't believe what's next. Bourne assures Marie she's not lying, shows her 6 passports during dinner, leaving her puzzled. Subtitles. Whose safe would be filled with all these items, guns, cash, and 6 passports, even though the person has suffered from amnesia? Yet he retains his secret agent aura. They journey on all night. Bourne sleeps en route. Next morning, they arrive in Paris. Marie buys Bourne breakfast after all, the $20,000 fare to Zosa freebie. Finally, they find the location and the passport, and Bourne hands over another grand to Marie, but she's clearly a little reluctant to let go. They go upstairs. An old lady knows him well, but Bourne can't remember this is his Paris home. She glances to the left and then to the right. Yet there is not a trace of memory in her mind, so Marie bores the restroom to get ready for a hot shower. Meanwhile, Bourne persists. Marie probes her own life in a spy's way, starting with calling her husband. She calls the Queen Hotel in Paris, trying to find someone named Jason Bourne. Unfortunately, no luck. Then Bourne suddenly remembers and checks his other passports, asking the front desk to look up John Kane. Moments later, someone else from the hotel comes to talk to Bourne. Turns out, Kane kicked the bucket 2 weeks ago. He had an accident on the highway, gone in a blink. They only found out when his buddy came to collect his stuff. Bourne hangs up in a hurry because he hears something off. He walks into the kitchen and turns on the faucet. Then he grabs a knife and heads into the living room. At that moment, Marie walks out, and they share a brief chat. Bourne glances out the window and approaches, just as a yellow-haired gunman bursts in with a clear mission. He's there to take Bourne out. Bourne snatches the machine gun, and suddenly it's action time. Amidst the chaos, Bourne dodges bullets and punches back, showing no fear. But his opponent is no slouch, armed and ready. It's tough to overpower him barehanded. Bourne rolls back and grabs a ballpoint pen, which turns into a deadly weapon. A few moves later, the yellow-haired guy is out cold, leaving Marie totally stunned. Open that. What's in there? Who are you? As Marie rummages through the backpack, it's like a game of 20 questions. Marie sees Bourne's photo, then her own information. Talk about an identity crisis. Completely lost. Just then, the yellow-haired guy gathers his last bits of strength and jumps out the window. Talk about taking the easy way out. Bourne knows they've got to leave fast. Downstairs, the housekeeper appears stressed with a crowd around the yellow-haired man's body. The CIA is now investigating. Bourne leaves with Marie. Nikki, a Paris CIA clerk, reports the death to Conkling. After driving some distance, Bourne must deposit the money. Marie could leave now. She has a fortune. She thought Bourne was taking her to a bank, but nope. When she exits, Marie is MIA. Subtitles. She went to buy a body. Bourne lets Marie call the police, handing her all passports. Show the police, they'll believe you. Marie takes a sip of her drink, thinking this whole thing is more complicated than it looks. They end up in a heated argument, with Bourne trying to explain she needs to dig for the truth. But he can't involve her in this mess. They lock eyes, then buckle up as the cops start to stroll over. Bourne drifts smoothly, then dazzles with slick moves, weaving through the sidewalk. It's high-stakes striding as folks stroll by, and if they try to surround him, he's making a run for it. Bourne's driving a stick shift that he handles like a pro, weaving through chaos. After a brief chase, Bourne slows, luring pursuers into a trap. Subtitles. After driving into an underground parking lot and when the world becomes silent, Bourne reminds Marie once again about the city apartment in Paris at this moment. A politician named Wombasy shows up to check out John Kane's body, wondering if he's the target. After examining the body, he confirms he's not the one, since he's not carrying any baggage. Turns out, Bourne was also a CIA clumsy agent who once plotted to off Wombasy on a boat 2 weeks ago, but totally flunked it. Meanwhile, Bourne hasn't contacted his supervisor, making Conkling suspect his defection. That's why Bourne is marked for termination. Conkling is in a rush, sending out another agent to tie up loose ends. Subtitles. Enter Rob, tasked to kill Wombasy. Bourne washes Mary's hair at an inn. It's a warm treatment, but anyone who's been to a salon knows they wash your hair before the cut and clean you up afterward. Then, they unexpectedly end up in a tight situation, just a single man and a single woman sharing the same room. One is single, the other unattached. It's the perfect setup for a story. At dawn, Bourne rises early, and they share sweet smiles, just what the doctor ordered. Bourne cleans the room before making the first up hit the Queen Hotel to dig into his identity. John Kane, Wombasy, on a crusade to expose CIA scandals, is getting pushed by his crew to think strategically. But just then, carrot-sticking dude chimes in. Carrot guy can dominate all, let alone Wombasy. Soon, the CIA learns this, and Conkling's boss arrives blaming Bourne. Bourne must know he failed. He killed Wombasy in Paris unapproved. Seems Conkling his secrets too. He promises his boss Bourne will return and clear things up in 24 hours. Sure thing, Conkling. Following Bourne's plan, Marie arrives at the Queen Hotel with the aim to get a record of communications from John Kane's room. Before long, Marie is back, and meanwhile, local police found the car but found no fingerprints after 3 hours. Then, a public phone booth. Bourne makes calls one by one until he reaches a security firm in the Maritime Department. Hello, Clue Central. Subtitles. He then immediately heads to this place, the Maritime Department of the security company. When Bourne enters the office building, he's shocked to find this lady here. He's so familiar, and this guy's really friendly. It turns out Bourne bought a boat there weeks ago via VIP, getting client info easily. John Kane is his alias. His job is definitely boat-related. Meanwhile, Marie, following Bourne's lead, keeps calling to track down John Kane's corpse, which is currently hanging out in a Paris morgue. Next stop, the morgue. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thrilling stories.